The constellation of Crater holds an ancient legend of cruel punishment for lies and betrayal. The god Apollo cursed the raven with eternal thirst, placing him near this celestial goblet. But the terrifying water snake Hydra ever blocked the bird's path to the life-giving water. Today, behind this celestial vessel opens a pristine window into the incredible depths of intergalactic space.
Hello. Our focus today turns to the constellation Crater. Now, at first glance, it might seem like a modest collection of stars, but this celestial cup is far more than it appears. It's both a remarkably clear window into the deep universe and, at the same time, a stage for an ancient celestial drama. We're going to analyze it as both a physical region of space and as a vessel for a powerful myth. So, here's our plan. We'll begin with where to actually find Crater in the night sky. Then, we'll shift our focus to the stars and galaxies it contains. After that, we'll unpack the ancient myths behind this star pattern, and finally, I'll give you a practical guide on how you can observe it yourself. Let's begin. Crater is one of the original 48 classical constellations catalogued by the ancient astronomer Ptolemy. It's fairly easy to recognize by its distinct shape, a simple cup or chalice that seems to be resting on the back of the giant water serpent Hydra. The shape is simple, yes, but the story behind it is ancient.
Okay, let's now define Crater scale and position in the cosmos. To truly understand where it is, we need to examine its astrometric parameters, that is, its coordinates and its visibility from our vantage point here on Earth. The constellation Crater occupies an area of 282.4 square degrees on the celestial sphere. You can think of this as the patch of celestial real estate it covers, a key parameter for defining its boundaries among the other star patterns.
This size places Crater 53rd out of the 88 modern constellations. So, it's not a giant like Ursa Major, but it's not a tiny area either. It's a well-defined object in the southern sky, which actually makes it an excellent target for observers.
And here's some good news for all of us. Crater is visible to most of the world's inhabitants, from 65 degrees north latitude all the way south. If you're in the northern hemisphere, your best bet is to look for it in the spring, especially during March and April. To find it, first locate the bright constellations of Virgo and Leo. Crater will be situated just below them, appearing to ride on the back of Hydra.
All right, now that we know where to look, let's zoom in. We're moving from its general location to a detailed analysis of what lies within its borders, the individual stars and the distant galaxies it holds.
I should note right away, you won't find any brilliant stars like Sirius or Vega in Crater, but don't let that fool you. Its principal stars are of tremendous scientific value, serving as ideal subjects for spectroscopy. This is the technique that allows us to read a star's history, written in its own light, to learn what it's made of, its temperature, and how it moves through space.
Let's meet the main players. Delta Cratis, or Labrum, is the constellation's brightest star. It's a yellow giant, similar in temperature to our Sun, but much more massive. Next is Alpha Cratis, Alkis, which is Arabic for the cup. It's a cooler orange giant. Gamma Cratis is actually a close binary system, two stars orbiting each other. And finally, Beta Cratis is a hot, blue-white star that marks the base of the cup. Together, their different colors and temperatures create quite a unique celestial portrait.
But perhaps Crater's greatest astrophysical secret is what it lacks. It's located away from the dense, dusty plain of our own Milky Way galaxy. This position gives us a clean, unobstructed window, a window through which we can peer into intergalactic space and see countless other galaxies, distant island universes far beyond our own.
And looking through this window reveals some astonishing sights. We see NGC 3511 and 3513, a pair of spiral galaxies caught in a cosmic dance, which we happen to view almost perfectly edge-on, like thin, glowing needles. Nearby is NGC 3887, a magnificent barred spiral galaxy we see face-on from a distance of 60 million light-years. But the most surprising object is probably Crater 2. Discovered only in 2016, it's a huge satellite galaxy of the Milky Way, yet it's so dim and diffuse, almost ghostly, that it remained completely invisible to us for all of human history.
So, we've examined the science. But Crater is not just a random scattering of stars. For millennia, humans have looked at this pattern and seen something more, a powerful symbol with a deep history in our myths and culture. And this is a history that's been passed down through generations. The constellation was documented in ancient Greece and catalogued by Ptolemy. That knowledge was preserved through the Middle Ages by Arab astronomers. And during the Renaissance, the image of the cup was reinterpreted and associated with powerful symbols like the Holy Grail.
The key to understanding the primary myth of Crater is that it's not a solo performance. It's part of a three-act celestial drama,
a single story that also involves its neighbors, Corvus the crow and Hydra the water serpent. The story goes like this. The god Apollo sends his servant, the crow, who at the time had pristine white feathers, with a golden cup, our constellation, to fetch some pure water. But along the way, the crow gets distracted by a fig tree and, neglecting his duty, waits for days for the fruit to ripen. To excuse himself, he snatches a water snake, Hydra, and lies that the serpent blocked his access to the spring, but Apollo sees right through the deception. As punishment, he turns the crow's feathers black, curses him with an eternal thirst, and places all three on the sky as a perpetual moral lesson: the deceitful crow, the unattainable cup, and the Hydra, forever keeping them apart.
There is also another, far darker legend. In this one, Crater is the cup from which a cruel king was served a drink mixed with the blood of his own murdered children. In this version, the celestial cup becomes a symbol of ultimate retribution for an unthinkable atrocity.
Let's now bring all this knowledge together into a simple guide for finding Crater on your own. Here's what to look for whether you're using just your eyes, a pair of binoculars, or a telescope. To locate Crater, first find the bright star Spica in the constellation Virgo. From there, shift your gaze to the southwest, into the area underneath the hind legs of Leo. You'll see the distinct C-shaped pattern of the cup. With a standard pair of binoculars, the rich orange hue of the star Alcus will become especially noticeable. And with a telescope of about 150 millimeters aperture or more, you'll be able to spot the faint but beautiful symmetry of the spiral galaxy NGC 3887.
So, what should we take away from all this? Crater is more than just a pattern of distant suns and galaxies. It's a celestial symbol of responsibility. The cup, forever guarded by Hydra and forever out of reach of the thirsty crow, serves as an eternal reminder, a reflection of the timeless human conflict between immediate temptation and enduring duty. One has to wonder, what other lessons are written in the stars, just waiting to be read?
Thank you, friends. Strive for understanding and become wiser. See you soon.